Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim, the amazing friendship simulator where we befriend trolls. Now we're gonna meet two more new trolls in volume 3. Call of Ladies Grey and Lucy White. Ooh, Lady Grey. Not the Grey Ladies. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed. There is always that conundrum, huh? We're just never healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. Did she really say that? You're almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? So we actually managed to escape what's her face? Amnesia? Okay, Skylla, Koriga, and Bronya Ursama? Let's go with her, she looks pretty cool. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city and into the rustic outskirts. We're heading into the rural areas. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills. A huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows. Way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. How's it not burning you? What's that smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic, you love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They are all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. Figuratively and physically. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck, no, my shades! You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival shit. No, we are not. You're starting to wish you just stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away now for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Why are we even out here, dude? Just crazy. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. There's no grass in the countryside. It's all desert. You wish that someone had mentioned the deaf sun in between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass? A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with renewable energy on this planet. Should you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Oh, I actually have to pick it? Well, let's say forget it for now. Oh, what? Honestly, you could probably see this one coming. Did I just roast to death? Oh, game over. Major sunburn. I swear to God, this game keeps trying to kill me. Go toward the shimmer. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack toward the distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor. You focus on just staying upright, one step at a time, just keep swimming or whatever. God, the sun though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. But then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You let out a yelp of anguish, pounding on the door. At least you hope it's the door. This is literally a freaking desert, man. What in the world? Chill place. The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. I would say it's a dog, but I don't think they have dogs on this planet. Hold on, lady. Give him some room. A pair of hands help you sit up gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes, one upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? What is Alternian country accent supposed to sound like. Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong or if you are just extremely flimsy. I think it's both. They guide you to a chair at the end of a long table. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself. That you are an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. I don't know if that's your best intro to give to someone, but you know, work on that a little bit. Oh look, wait, who's this? Is this her? This must be the little Lucis. Well, bless your heart. But hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Funny you should just blunder in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't Imperial drones or out to rob us. You rub at your watering, slowly clearing eyes, and when you look back up, your rescuer finally comes into focus. She's tall, taller than anyone else you've met here, you think. Also, maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll physiology. She just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? My oculars are feeling great. By the by, my name's Skylla. Pleasure to meet you. She likes adding 2 Y's. And this here's Ladyy. Oh, okay. What's wrong with your Lucis? That doesn't look right. She looks down, and at first you think she means the table, but then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. You jolt so hard you almost fly backward out of your goddamn chair. Whoa there. No need for theatrics. It looks a little like one of those lassie dogs with the pointed noses, except enormous and pure white. Its barks practically shake the whole house. Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They've clearly had one hell of a time and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them. Skylla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business, you hear? You swallow and nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging, ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You're so ready for that. I am so ready, Skylla. You ready to be friends? Skylla sits down on the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. Is it made of bugs? Maybe pass. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake, golden brown and crispy at the edges. But is it a pancake mix made of bugs? There's boiled tree blood too, if you like. I don't know if I like. Also churned dairy product. Is it made of Lucis milk? So many questions, so many questionable things. She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Is that a thing? Skylla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. It's bean juice, okay? She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were only out in the light at dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct Alternian sunlight besides Jade Bloods. And no offense, but you certainly ate any Jade Blood that I've ever seen. At first I thought you were some sort of mutated Lucis. I could probably be one. Cause you don't have horns and you were grunting and yipping up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Don't worry. I won't call the drones. I best get used to being around aliens anyway. Seeing as how I'm gonna be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next sweep. She's so nice, man. I almost forgot she's a troll. She laughs nervously. You are sure what she's talking about? Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for our guest? They can do that. No offense, but you smell like you could use one. I could use a lot more stuff actually. Have you seen my broken arm and my ribs? You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring. But you've been burned before. Oh my god, have I been burned and cut? And generally kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there, but you want to trust Skylla. Ladyy takes a bucket at her muzzle and runs out into the yard. getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog! Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. Lucy? Instead of Lucis. Lucy are fine going outside for a little while in the daylight. Their coat reflects light, or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart from where you're standing. As cynical as you are becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice and wow, really pretty. Hey, but be careful. We've been burned before. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more scalded than they are not to notice that. That's nice of you to say. Am I just voicing everything out loud? Can I please have some private internal thoughts here? But it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Someone of my caste could never hope to rise up in the ranks. I know, right? Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she is thinking about joining the military, but just then, a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and Lady's frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no! Not now! What is it? What the hell is going on? Bandits? Bandits? Jeez, I didn't know there were bandit trolls. Goddamn Lucis thieves. Wait. Lucis thieves? What? You don't get a chance to ask anything else before Skylla careens toward the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh god, she's gonna go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Let's stop her first, see where that goes. Skylla is bigger than you and she has the strength of both desperation and a superior genome, so you don't feel great about your chances. But you have to try. Skylla is too upset to be careful. You have to stop her from hurting herself. You stumble into her house all gross and pathetic and alien and she didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes for Chris' sake. Grub cake, whatever. And it isn't just the sun from the number of voices. There's gotta be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You run up behind her and hook your arms under hers, hauling her back by the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow into your aching ribs. Ugh, great, another one broken. Let me go! You don't understand, they'll take her. Oh, you mean like Lucis thieves, like they steal Lucis's. What? Lady! You hold grimly on, going limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. I'm pretty strong for my weak arms. Through wheezing breaths, you tell her she can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you never have survived if it had been later than dawn? You probably aren't making much sense, but you keep up a stream of worthless bullshit until something catches. Would your Lucis really want this for you, Skylla? Would Ladyy really want you to sacrifice yourself for her? Skylla goes rigid, and then all the fight just drains out of her like blood down a drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch Ladyy thrashing in a huge black net as several of the figures haul her away. No, Ladyy! The sun is too bright to see them clearly, but they appear to be herding more white creatures out of a paddock and into a collection of vehicles. The herd, she says it so quietly you feel it more than hear it. You continue to watch as Ladyy is packed into one of the vehicles and they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust that glimmer in the brutal sun. Why are they even stealing her? Did they sell them? Did they eat them? What? You can let me go now. I'm not gonna throw myself out into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize just how tight you're holding onto her and loosen your arms, pulling it away and sitting up. Skylla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair into her face to hide it. That makes your heart hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be. See, if this was a real game, we would go after her. But this ain't a real fighting kind of game. And before you can say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through a door and further into the house. Give her some space. I assume this is the bad ending. You decide to mind your own business. Well, you do try the door, but it's locked. Best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First, you shut the door to keep that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored. The shape's unusually organic. Some of it is worryingly scuttly and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're just trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water onto the dirty dishes when Skylla comes back out. Her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't you worry about that. You're gonna break some. She plays with one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets of her fingers. I could never have taken those fellows by myself, especially not in broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping in and stopping me. I was overwrought. You nod, accepting her thanks. She doesn't seem overwrought anymore, just numb. Wow, this is actually a legitimately terrible situation. Not even in a dumb, zany way like all the other horse shit that has happened to you recently. You wonder who those guys even were. Lucis thieves. They've come before, but always at night, and never in such large numbers. So Ladyy and me could always take them. I never expected anything like this. For them to come out in force like this in the middle of the day? She sits down at the table, putting her elbow in a patch of syrup you miss. You offer her the dishcloth and notice several little discolored patches on her arm. It looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door for a minute and a half. You're really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous shit on your short span on this planet. Injuries and lots of added insults to those injuries. The time you spent with Skylla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't know what to say to help her. You aren't actually her friend. You aren't even the same species. The Tro-Lucis relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be some combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets late enough to venture outside and you follow Skylla out to the empty paddock. There's nothing out here but a broken fence and trampled ground. Lots of kids lose their Lucy. It's just a part of life. Oh, this better not be the good ending, because that would suck. I would have been heading into the ordeal's next sweep anyway. I would never have seen her again. But at least I would have gotten a chance to say goodbye, you know. It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet seems to terrible things happening. Then again, you guess that's sort of true on your planet too. Existence, just a goddamn mess. You try to give her the most understanding look you can. Just a really good and supportive friend face. You're killing it. But Skylla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reaching into her jacket and pulling out her phone. What the hell? My palm husk is blowing up. Is that what they call their phones? Oh god. Skylla drops her phone in the dirt and claps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and squirms in your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love what's on the screen. What is it? They chop Ladyy up? It's a troll in a mask holding a gun on Ladyy, who is still in that net, baring her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text that you can't read. Hey, how can you understand the alternative spoken language, but not the written? You decide not to think about it too hard. Waste of time. They set a ransom demand. What the hell kind of thieves are these? They say that if I can't pay, they'll sell her. Tro-Lucy are valued for their strength all over the galaxy. The heiress knows about the black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut. You ask her how much the ransom demand is for, as if you have a penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without knowing the exchange rate to Earth money. They're just mocking me. They know Abron's blood can't afford this. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm. She looks at you with big, watery eyes and you brace for her to fall into your arms sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it? Well, that's not good. You should be like taking advantage of a friend who is gloomy and down right now. Not that you're the type to want to profit off of another's pain, but you're pretty sure that offering comfort in a time of crisis is a first-class ticket to Friendsville. Instead, Skylla gives you a hard shove backward. You take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your ass. Something squishes underneath you. A cow pet? Or something alive? You aren't sure which you prefer, honestly. Sorry, I didn't actually push you that hard. You're just so damn strong, Skylla. Your species just seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now. Especially not from you. She stands framed between the 2 moons, some trick of perspective making her look just as distant, and just as sad. Not that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Has Skylla been lying to you before when she said she doesn't blame you? She even thanked you for stopping her from killing herself. Nah, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Understandable. Looking at you just reminds me of losing Ladyy, and I don't think that will ever change. Sorry. What, friendship over? I really was hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anybody out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. But I just don't think it's gonna work. If you start walking now, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's a Jade Blood colony nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistant on them. Damn, there's a lot of shade in there. Bye. You leave with your proverbial tail between your legs, and the last glimpse you get of Skylla, she's standing next to the empty paddock, staring at the ground. Game over. Why did they change these weird endings? It's all game over. I want the custom titles for the endings or whatever. Alright, so that actually was the bad ending, which I'm glad for, because if that was like a good ending, I would be so unhappy with that. Because if we lost her Lucis, we're not gonna let those damn thieves take her Lucis. We are gonna help her and kick their thieving asses. What the hell? You've already experienced the Alternian sun. It sucked a whole lot. Maybe now it will suck less because of how bad it sucked then. Just a sliding scale of suckage. Skylla plunges out into the daylight in the direction of the commotion, and like a big dumb asshole, you barrel out into the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise! It still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a fucking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare following the dust Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this fuckery, but you can see a little better than before. Honestly, why can't we just throw on like some kind of clothing to block this crazy heat? There are about a dozen of them, all of them trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits. That's what I mean, put those on. Dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. Get your freaking farm tools, guys, come on. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. Thanks for the algebra math there. But these guys had probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla, who was frankly fucking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. You have never been in a fight before, a fucking all-out brawl. It's scary. But now that you are in the thick of it, also kinda awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get in the swing of things. Take no prisoners. Kill or be killed. Hell yeah! You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw them off balance for long enough for Skylla to smash the butt of her gun into the side of their head. Look how excited she is, punching trolls in the face. Yeehaw! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs, and a bunch of bandits try to dog-nab a giant monster. You love this girl. But in a platonic friendship way. In a friendship way. That's what I said. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. I do love her, she's so nice. Another troll comes up behind Skylla and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. God. She's really hot. My character is so attracted to her. In a platonic friendship way. Get Ladyy! Oh, right. You stumble over to where the Lucis is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big, sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. Hell yeah, get up, Ladyy! It's over fast after that. How did they even get Ladyy into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like true toys. The remaining 5 who are still standing jump into the weird little dune buggies and make tracks. Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. They probably are. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards. Girl, come back. Okay, they're gone. Come back. Throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why you don't ever fuck with a Rusty's ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You are awash in heady victory, giggling like a lunatic before the adrenaline kinda drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your fucked up ribs and recent blood loss and now a major sunburn. The Alternian sun beats down and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11, like 11,000 you mean? Whoa there, are you okay? Skylla is swaying too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers. But she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Ladyy, come here girl. Wow, you're just gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape swoops, going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. New best friend. Get up. New best friend? Holy shit, this makes you so happy. You absolutely can't die here. Not when you've just made an amazing... not when you've just made such an amazing friend. Somehow the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard, I don't think that's how it works, and toward the house. Hi, you're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. It will kill you. I'm just saying. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skylla. When you start to fall back, Ladyy is there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's such a good Lucis. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Oh no, I'm blinded. Dang, your species really ain't suited for this kind of environment, huh? Oh, I see you barely. You can't even see it. Why is it dark? Turn your lights on, man. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've had about it with tables. Oh damn, don't remind me of those freaking tables. I still get nightmares. You're sworn enemies at this point. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. I'm sorry, your what? Nutrition platform? I mean, yes, but you could have said it in a less creepy way, I guess. I built it myself. See? This brings it back to that whole our data thing. If you need someone to assemble your furniture, call your friends. She sounds exhausted but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kinda want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. What if there actually are fire ants, but like, you know, alien, Alternian fire ants? Oh yeah, feels real bad, don't it? Come on, there's only one cure for sun rash. Sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. Friendship will heal that sun rash. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you're ever going to get all of your vision back? Maybe you're just blind for life. You have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. I can learn from Terezi. Wait, she's not born yet, right? No, that would be stupid. Here we go. My coop isn't huge, but you're kinda scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have fucked with more than just your eyes. Please, you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off. Hey guys, this is a friendship simulator, okay? Keep it platonic. You're seriously not getting into my Ripper Raccoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you aren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. Wait, did I keep those clothes that I got? Or am I back to my old rags? You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations? Also, you don't know what a Recupera Raccoon is? Really? Then what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird gloop gloop, like someone getting into a bathtub, only thicker. I think I know what I'm in right now. I'm in all the weird slime stuff, the slime bed. If a troll didn't have soap her, well, I don't really know what would happen, but I reckon it wouldn't be great. It can speed the healing process for burns and small wounds. I'm not sure what it's gonna do to your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see as how it's gonna make it any worse. You tell Skylla that in your experience, things can always get worse. Especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor as an A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skylla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. I don't think so. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. Or flush for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got the one coup. Right, okay, yeah, you could totally do this. You can make this not weird. You already made this weird. Of course you trip taking off your goddamn pants and Skylla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. Yeah, totally. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. In a totally platonic way. Victory. Okay, she's got a big slime bed. If the two of us can freaking fit in it. Well, alright guys, that is the end of our friendship route, our friendship adventure with Skylla. What the heck was her last name? I don't remember. This was like the nicest tro we have met so far in this one. Like, completely nice. Like, even in the, like, you know, even though in the bad ending where we totally screwed up and like got her Luce's freaking dog nap, she was like still super nice to us. She was just like, you know, I'm not blaming you or anything, but I just can't look at your ugly ass face right now. Like, she didn't say it like that, but you know, seriously, nicest troll ever. Like, not even like the other nice trolls can compare. Maybe this means that the other troll that we're gonna befriend in this volume is gonna be the crazy mean one. Cause you know, they always do that to balance things out. This is what I have noticed, but I don't know, we'll leave that for the next video next time. So I will leave this here. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video.